I'll go play and I'll try it. So, anyways, we're doing. Am I being inconsistent? Maybe. We're doing Orthanc, the Wizard Tower from Lord of the Rings. We're listening to MMO music stuff. Right. This happens to be from a particular favorite of mine, Lord of the Rings Online. Very near and dear to my heart because I was so excited. I was already an MMO player, right? I already played EverQuest, EverQuest 2, Guild Wars, Star Wars Galaxies, the other Star Wars one after Star Wars Galaxies, whatever it was. Wasn't there another one? The Old Republic or something? No, not the Old Republic. What the heck was it? I can't remember. I did like Star Wars Galaxies. That was dope. What was I played a lot of MMOs. What was the other one that I played back in the day? The first like space one that was really awesome. Oh, I gotta remember that. And it had an amazing soundtrack too. My God, it had a great soundtrack. I think it was by NCSoft. What was their first space MMO, like massive multiplayer MMO that was like? It actually, I think it's still live, amazingly. But anyways, like I was kind of an early guy in the online massive games, and whenever I bought, where the hell's the piece I'm looking for? Whenever I bought the CD versions, I did kind of go all out. It's right here, and I'd buy the special edition, and sometimes they threw in the audio CD. So I'm going through some of those. So Lord of the Rings Online. You know, I did anticipate that one. Here it is. Because, like I said, I was an MMO player, and finally someone was going to do Tolkien. Let's fill in the blanks. Finally someone was going to do Tolkien, and it was Turbine, it was Midway, you know, so all the names were right. I forgot to turn it down again. And I was right there in the kind of the pre-release phase, where if you went to your local GameStop or whatever, you could get a, I guess it has to be this one first, right? Okay, whatever. You could, I think there was a $10 deposit. I think there was a $10 deposit for a pre-release key. But boy, did that $10 buy a lot of fun, and I thought that was one of the best $10 I've ever bought in online gaming. I mean, you could theoretically, dude, there were guys in there who got that key and who played the crap out of that game for a week or two, whatever it was, and you know they got to level cap probably within a few days, but they got to the first kind of basic, not raids, but kind of the first basic kind of big full party encounters in some instances, some early instances, and got right up to the level 15 level cap. And is it this? Oh, I guess it is. But you know, you could almost get whoops, what am I doing? I can't put those there, silly dude. Yeah, I gotta focus a little bit better. Oh no, it'll work. Just put the 3-1 in there and do the wrong one. But you know, if you could almost get a sense of the game just from that amount and decide, you know, yeah, this is awesome. I'm gonna stick with this. I'm gonna buy, you know, the $50 or $30 or $20 copy, whatever it was, when it comes out. Or no, I'm just gonna move on to the next thing. But the interesting thing to me was that the stylings were completely different than Peter Jackson and what Weta was doing, and some things were a little bit similar, like Sauron's helmet. There's similarities, although it is different. But you know, it's a big like metal helmet. I'm looking at a poster. I should show you guys. Maybe I should show you right now. I have 6 people on. Why not? I have the webcam on a easily disconnectable mount here, so I can show you the poster. This is special. I should probably take a picture of it. Hopefully I have enough slack on this cable. Can you see this? I'm looking at the Lord of the Rings Online, Shadow of Agmar, millions of players, one game to rule them all, and it's signed. So this was the poster that was released when that game came out, and it's signed by all of the developers. Kind of cool, huh? You see? I don't know if you can see that. I assume you can. Okay, and there's a little tribute to Star Wars. Okay, so there's that. Kind of cool. So I was in that pre-release, and I was in a guild early on. I think you could form a guild, which is nice, and kind of form that camaraderie or whatever, camaraderie early on. Let's keep going, guys. Keep building. Yeah, isn't that neat? And I have it up there. I probably should frame it. I really should frame it. I have other stuff that's framed. So how did I get that poster? Easy. Somehow I found out about that they were doing like it was the pre. Was it the night when they actually sold the game, or was it another like pre-release? It was at the GameStop, I think, whatever it was called. Yeah, GameStop, Universal City, kind of in the valley here, right on Universal City Walk. So that was kind of fun. It was like a weird night. It was like a Monday night or Tuesday night. So, but it's right adjacent from the movie theater. So there we are, a few kind of geeks standing in line. Not many people. It wasn't like a World of Warcraft event by any stretch, where thousands of people show up. Wasn't that. But there was a good 15, 20 people in lobby. More people showed up later. And I think they give you a number or a ticket or something, and then they open the doors, or they started the event. And I think there were some developers there. They weren't signing it there. They were already all signed and rolled up. But you got a T-shirt, you got the poster, and I do have the T-shirt upstairs. Maybe one day I'll wear it in honor of what I'm doing here, in honor of Lord of the Rings, in honor of Lord of online gaming and of MMOs. But anyways, we got a T-shirt, we got that, and some other swag, I'm sure. Okay, so is that the last end spike? I may as well. I was thinking of like leaving it. I'll leave this one empty, just as kind of a. I'll explain later. Okay, so now the next step is these inner ones. I'll zoom out a little bit. I have 5 people in here. I'll show everyone where the progress is at. I'll probably just stay in bat mode instead of switching to the dragon. But anyways, you can see I've really. I can fly around. The light's kind of getting bad though. Should have done this like 10 minutes ago, where the light was full force. But like just all the detail here. See, this one I put some smoked glass behind it. I'm going to do that, I think, all around. And I think I'm going to even finish all the surfaces that have all the studs on it. I'm going to put the flat tiles on it when it's all said and done, so the whole thing has just kind of a real uniform, slick look. Let's go down. But I really did try to pay attention to all the details and put in everything that I could where that was feasible. Yeah, you can't see crap right now because it's too dark. Oh, but the moon, what? The moon just came up, so I have a little light on this side. This is so ridiculous, this light cycle. Or I should probably just see if I can adjust my alpha. Okay, oh, is that the sun or the moon? I guess it must be the sun. Okay, good. So I'll do a little upshot here. And I did go back several times to like fix up details. Like these windows I went back because I did them like kind of on the outside, like a traditional windowsill or window pane, and I realized that's not the way it is. So I went back and spent 2 hours, 3 hours redoing that. Maybe less, maybe it was 2 hours. These cathedral windows did take a bit of time, but the results are near perfect in my mind, in my estimation. I had, in certain places, I obviously had to take artistic license, because the problem is you're locked into either an odd or an even number unit system, odd and even number system, right? So you either end up with 1 stud, or with 2 studs, or with 3 studs, or in some cases, so it would affect, well, do I do like 3 panes or 4 panes, and do I space them evenly? Do I add 1 or do I subtract 1? I had to do that in a few cases, but in a lot of other cases I didn't. I kept the numbers as accurate as possible. So I'll keep going up. We're approaching the top here, as you can see, the dramatic finish. I redid these spikes. You just saw me redo the last one. Looks way better. The way it was before was so small, and I just deleted like the little sample that I had standing off that I saved. But whatever. This looks way better. Right up here starts I'll go to this one because you can kind of see the profile a little bit better. What I call the can opener shape. Like they have these huge, massive blades that shoot upward. And you know what? Regarding those blades and those massive rock, I'm going to read something out of Lord of the Rings for you. regarding this. But anyways, they have these 4 kind of massive blades that shoot up. You can see here in the picture on the right side of the screen that I kind of include in the feed here. And then going up, 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 up. I haven't reached that height yet. And I have to add some like steps to the top. Like there are these rings kind of that go around the top. But once you get to that top level, that's going to be really a fun time when I get to finish off this level, this floor, this flat granite floor. And I won't be able to replicate it in Lego Worlds, but in the real thing, I think there's like astrological symbols inscribed or chiseled out of this thing, you know, for Saruman's, you know, magical incantations that assist with them. But then those blades go up really, really high, really high. Like, so like right now, this whole like upper structure looks a little bit out of proportion in relation to the rest of the structure. But as soon as I add those massive blades, it's going to be like way up there, and you're gonna see that. You're gonna see it. So I'm gonna take a sip of tea here, my beloved mint tea, which is kind of now cold. And I'm going to read a passage. Actually, it might not be from the Lord of the Rings. It might be from like this little kind of dictionary that I have that tells what Orthanc is, because there are a lot of new people new to the Lord of the Rings. Apparently, I mean, a lot of old school gamers, you know, we come from Dungeons and Dragons. We come from the old early games, role-playing games. 1, 2. I'm just realizing my mic might be a little low. Test 1, 2. Maybe that's better. We come from the old role-playing games, and we obviously know the connection to Lord of the Rings. I'm not going to do it again now, but there's a very obvious connection from specifically Tolkien. And yes, C.S. Lewis too, and those other guys to a degree, but way deeper Tolkien, I think. A progression that went from Tolkien to Dungeons and Dragons to lots of other intermediary games, you know, video games and stuff like that. But the real breakthrough, I thought, was EverQuest. And from EverQuest came World of Warcraft, and from Dungeons and Dragons also came the card games like Magic the Gathering. And from World of Warcraft and Magic the Gathering came Hearthstone, which appears to be one of the top 2 or 3 games right here on Twitch. So there's a very important connection there. And for, you know, anyone who's listening, you know, who's unfamiliar with Tolkien, with Lord of the Rings, obviously the movie is a great place to go. But like, if you want like good material for a term paper or something in high school, you should go there. It's great. I don't know if it's like technically literature, like true English literature. In my mind, it is. Obviously, just because of how deep Tolkien goes with the languages that he creates and the styles of writing, and to me it's literature, but whatever. But it's very deep, wonderful, but great writing that sci-fi nerds and that fantasy nerds and that gamers will definitely, you know, role players will appreciate. So anyways, what is Orthanc? However, I wrote in a message to Frodo, and trusted to my friend the innkeeper to send it to him. I rode away at dawn, and I came at long last to the dwelling of Saruman. That is far south in Isengard, in the end of the misty mountains, not far from the gap of Rohan. And Boromir will tell you that is a great open vale that lies between the misty mountains and the northernmost foothills of Ered Nimrias, the white mountains of his home. But Isengard is a circle of sheer rock that enclosed a valley as with a wall, and in the midst of that valley is a tower of stone called Orthanc. It was not made by Saruman, but by the men of Numenor long ago, and it is very tall and has many secrets. Yet it looks not to be a work of craft. It cannot be reached save by passing the circle of Isengard, and in that circle there is only one gate. Late one evening I came to the gate, like a great arch in the wall of rock, and it was strongly guarded. But the keepers of the gate were on watch for me, and told me that Saruman awaited me. I rode under the arch, and the gate closed silently behind me, and suddenly I was afraid, though I knew no reason for it. But I rode to the foot of Orthanc, and I came to the stair of Saruman, and there he met me, and led me up to his high chamber. He wore a ring on his finger. Anyways, you heard there that who made it? Oh, I'll read that part later. But apparently it was Aragorn's people. Numenor is the those are the Dunedain, I think. He's Dunedain, right? He's the Rangers, yeah, right. All right, now I have more research to do. But anyways, welcome, Deltic. How I've been working on this, probably about 2 to 3 weeks, I think. I've lost count a little bit, but everything is kind of documented. Let me go back to building mode and get back to putting bricks down. Right? Shut up already and start building.